Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Anna and today we are going to duping the vibes of the new NATASHA DENONA GLAM palette. And if you have been here on this channel before, you may know that I absolutely love cool toned eyeshadows and it's my go-to for every day and I use them a lot, and I have a ton of singles that are cool toned. I also have some palettes that are cool toned. They are a bit harder to get because there aren't a lot of them out there, but I'm really happy to see NATASHA DENONA doing a cool tone palette. And when I have first seen the release of the palette, I really thought that I am going to buy it, and I may be doing it, but maybe in the Black Friday sale or something, because I didn't really need it because I have all these cool tones already in my collection. So I wanted to show you a look today that I create with some of my cool tone palettes that I already own. And maybe it inspires you to create also some cool tone looks with the things that you already have in your collection. Maybe you have one of the two palettes that I'm going to use today, and I just wanted to show you a little dupe for the palette. So I'm going to use my Anastasia Beverly Hills Sultry palette today. I'm sure you have seen this palette before. It's a beautiful range of cool tones and some more warm tones. There are some bronzes in here and some coppers, and also one more warm tone transition shade, and then I would say it's half cool toned, half warm toned. And also the NATASHA DENONA palette isn't fully cool toned. There are some bronzy colors in there too and some rosy colors, and they lean a bit more on the warmer side. So I think it's a pretty good dupe for this palette. So if you have the Sultry palette, I'm pretty sure that you don't need the NATASHA DENONA palette. Then the second palette I'm going to use is the Mini Retro palette. I just got this palette a few days ago and it's a beautiful one, and there are two grays in here. One is more like a gunmetal metallic and the other one is a bit more greenish gray matte color. It's beautiful. And I think pairing these two palettes makes a perfect dupe for the NATASHA DENONA GLAM palette. So I'm going to show you some swatches now. I have swatched all the colors from both palettes that I think are similar to any of the colors in the new NATASHA DENONA palette. So that's why you can also see some rose golds and bronzes, because they are also in the new NATASHA palette. So now when you look at the swatches, I think you can really see the similarities to the new NATASHA DENONA palette. They look so similar, and I think we've got a pretty spot on dupe here. Now I'm starting with a fluffy blending brush and with the gray color from the Sultry palette. This is a beautiful gray tone because it is so cool toned. It's almost blue, but it's not blue. It has such a beautiful color, and I don't know why I don't use this color more, because it's so perfect for me. It could be my perfect transition shade for every day, and I really have to put this palette out and reach into it for this shade alone. It's a stunning color. If you like cool tones, this is a perfect gray tone. Now I'm going in with the darker gray color from the Mini Retro palette, and when you swatch this color, it has a bit more of a greenish, grayish look to it, but when you apply it to the eye and when you blend it out with other gray colors, it looks like a straight up dark gray color, so no green tint to it. But it's a beautiful color. I'm just applying this to my outer corner and also a tiny bit into my crease because I want to really create a very dark and smoky look today. And by the way, I'm using my Sigma E27 brush here. It's a smaller version of the E25, which you can use as well. And it's perfect for packing on color and then also blending it out, but not too much. Now I'm going back in with the gray color from the Sultry palette and I'm blending this color out. We want to have a really smoky look today, so there's a lot of blending and going back and forth between colors in here. Now I'm going in with a tiny bit of the black shadow from the Sultry palette, and I'm really just dipping my brush one time into the black color, and then I'm tapping it off onto my hand, and then I'm just tapping it onto the outer corner, and then I'm immediately going in with my blending brush and then blending over the edges. Now I'm going back and forth between the gray colors and I'm just making sure that it have a nice and very smoky blended look. Okay, then next I'm going in with the gray metallic from the NATASHA DENONA Mini Retro palette. And this is a very glittery and yummy metallic. It's not too foiled looking, it's more glittery and it has a bit more texture to it. And it looks a bit darker in the pan and it applies a bit lighter, which I like because then I can really use it all over my lid and it's not too dark. But it's dark enough for a smoky look that is very sultry looking. Now I'm just trying to buff a bit over the edges, but I have to be very careful because there is a ton of glitter in this shade and I don't want to have the glitter everywhere. So I'm just blending a tiny bit. Now I'm going back in with the gray color from the Sultry palette and I'm buffing it onto my lower lash line with a pencil brush. Then I'm also deepening up the outer corner a bit more with the darker gray from the Mini Retro palette, and I'm also making sure that I connect the colors on the outer corner. Now for my inner corner, I'm taking the color Cyborg, which is a stunning, very light silver metallic from the Sultry palette, and this is one of my favorite shadows in this entire palette. It's so beautiful, the color is perfect. And I'm just applying it a bit to the inner corner because I want it to be very silver. And I'm also applying it a tiny bit on the lower lash line, but only on the inner part of it. And I'm just using my Morphe M213 brush for it. You can see these colors pair so beautifully together. I mean, it's kind of a 50 Shades of Grey look on my eyes, but I'm here for it. I love it. Now I'm taking a bit of the color Pearl and I'm applying it to my brow bone. And I'm also applying it to my inner corner just to brighten it up a bit more. Now I think this look requires something on my waterline, so I'm going in with a black eye pen. This one is from Makeup Geek, it's just their black one, and I'm applying it to my lower waterline. Then next I'm just going to apply some mascara to my upper and my lower lashes and I'll be right back. Now here you can see the finished look and I think it's stunning, but I love cool tones, so this one makes me so happy, this look. I just love it. These colors look great on me. I have a cool undertone, so cool tones are just the best for me. They look so good and they enhance every positive feature that I have in my face and everywhere, so I just love them. They look so good together with my eye color, and yes, I love grays and cool tone shadows, so if you're like me, if you like cool tones, maybe you want to recreate this look, maybe you want to look into your collection, what you already have. And if you have purchased a NATASHA DENONA palette, please let me know down below if you like it and how you find the quality and the color story overall. And let me know what you think about this look as well. I hope that you enjoyed today's video. Thank you all so much for watching. I wish you all a beautiful day.